The Rich Man and the Waitress. In the busy city of Lagos, where the streets never truly slept, there lived a man named Adrian Cole. Adrian was wealthy, very wealthy. People knew him as the man who owned half the buildings in Victoria Island. Luxury cars followed him. Powerful men respected him. But behind the expensive suits, Adrian was lonely. He had everything money could buy. Everything, except someone who loved him for who he truly was. One evening, Adrian walked into a small roadside restaurant far from the wealthy part of the city. Not many people noticed him, except one person, a young waitress named Lila. Lila lived a simple life. She worked long hours carrying trays and serving food with a tired smile, but her eyes were warm and kind. When Adrian sat down, she greeted him politely. "Good evening, sir. What would you like to eat?" For the first time that day, someone spoke to him like he was just a normal man, not a billionaire, just a man. Adrian began coming back, again and again and again. But he never told Lila who he really was. To her, he was just Mr. Adrian, the quiet customer who always ordered the same meal. They talked sometimes about life, about dreams, about the struggles of growing up with nothing, and Adrian found something strange happening to his heart. He was falling in love, not with a woman who wanted his money, but with a woman who didn't even know he had any. One night, rain fell heavily across the city. The restaurant was almost empty. Adrian looked at Lila and finally asked, "Why do you work so hard?" Lila smiled softly. "Because one day I want to open my own restaurant, so girls like me don't have to struggle the way I did." Adrian felt something break gently inside his heart. Not pity, respect. The next evening, Adrian did something unexpected. He arrived in his chauffeur-driven car. Lila saw him step out, dressed in a suit worth more than everything inside the restaurant. Her eyes widened. Confusion filled her face. "Mr. Adrian." Adrian walked toward her slowly and said quietly, "I didn't tell you who I was, because I wanted to know if someone could love me without my money." The restaurant fell silent. Leila looked at him for a long moment. Then she said something that surprised everyone. "I already knew." Adrian froze. "You knew?" She nodded. "The way you carried yourself, the way people looked at you, I knew you were not ordinary." "Then why didn't you treat me differently?" Lila smiled gently. "Because money tells me what you have, not who you are." Adrian felt his eyes fill with tears. For the first time in many years, a woman had seen him. Not his wealth, not his power, just his heart. Months later, the city of Lagos talked about a wedding, but not because a billionaire was getting married. They talked because of the bride, a former waitress who proved something powerful. True love does not search for wealth. It searches for a heart that is honest. And sometimes, the richest man in the world is simply the one who is truly loved. If you enjoyed this African tale story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. From African Tale Creations, sharing timeless wisdom all the time.